G'day guys, Travis and Brenda here coming at you from Toronto. Another day of the fitness convention done. Just want to share with you a bit of gold I got from today. It's a bit odd, but it's something that was just super cool and just I found really interesting. So if you're jumping on now, happy Sunday, happy weekend, but give us a like and give us a wave as you're jumping in, just so if I can see that you're there and say hello. And today, as I said, I'm going to share with you one of the things I learned from one of my favorite lectures today. It was with a guy called Perry Nicholson. If you haven't heard of him, he's a doctor of, I believe, chiropractic. But apart from that, a very well-knowledged guy and got plenty of information. And we went through a couple of different things that were looking to improve mobility and strength, basically looking to get your nerves firing, your central nervous system firing in some different ways. And they're really obscure ways that, I'd never thought of it, but there was some good science behind it and pretty well proven. So I'm going to show you a couple of different things. I'm going to do one myself, and then we're going to do one with Brenda as the demonstrator.
Who hasn't done it?
Who hasn't done it either? Yeah. So yeah, and again, this was in a lecture that like anything, we're in a 90-minute lecture, and I saw him do this for 5 minutes. So hopefully I can remember it all, and hopefully it all makes sense. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to do myself. I'm going to show you my very poor flexibility and mobility. I'm going to show you my hamstring flexibility is not terrible, but I'm going to show you my hamstring flexibility, and then my very poor squatting mobility. And then I'm going to show you a couple of little activation drills that he showed us. And let's see if there's a bit of a difference afterwards. So hopefully, and these are things that you can do pretty easily at home by yourself as well. So the first one. So if I'm up back here, hopefully you can still hear me. Just going to go down, straight legs. So it's not too bad. I'm not warm or anything. I can get my hands just to the ground. So not too bad. My squat, you'll see though, shoulder width. I'm about there, and you'll see about there. Now, so you can see definitely not my strength. So basically, all I'm going to do now is do 3 drills that are about 10 seconds each. First one is with your TMJ joint, which is in your jaw. So essentially what I'm going to do, which apparently 35 to 40% of your nerve endings go through there. So I'm going to rub my jaw softly first. So it starts softly, and then it gets a bit more vigorous. And then I give it a slap. Told you you look good doing it. And then I'm going to rub it a bit more forcefully. And then go back to just the taps. Next one is going to be using the sides of my hands, bang them together. It's crazy, right? But let's have a look afterwards. So about 10 times. And you just do 10 taps as well on the jaw. And the last one here, I'm going to go with my feet, and I'm going to be stomping on sort of the outside, sort of the pronated side of my foot. So about 10 times. What this does is activate your core without you really noticing you're activating your core. Easy, no stretching, no extra strength. Wow. And straight away, easily get my palms down to the floor. My squat, not a huge amount better. Now he did preface this to say that it doesn't, it's not always going to work the same for everybody, but for some people it's going to have better benefits than others. My feet are starting to get a bit sweatier. So you see the squat and hamstrings both definitely improved, and I didn't do anything apart from rub my jaw, bang my hands together, and stomp my feet. So pretty bizarre, but it works and it's backed by science. So if you know Perry, if you've ever heard of Perry Nicholson, or if you haven't, I suggest looking him up and having a look at some of his stuff. We're going to get Brenda down here now. We're going to get Brenda to lie face down. We're going to do the other one now. So Brenda's going to lie face down here. We're going to test some glute strength. So you want to slide further up here for me. So what we're going to do, you're going to go lock your leg out, lock it out straight, and then this one can relax. And I want you to lift this leg up. Lift it up like that. Yeah. And we're going to turn your foot out a little bit, all right? So we're there. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to push down and I'm going to test your strength. So Brenda, you can see nice and strong here. So I'm holding a bit of support on the lower back and pushing down on that leg. Down. Okay, you drop that. Now we're going to lift the other leg. We're going to turn a bit external. And typically people will have a weaker side. But see, Brenda's really strong on both sides. So we'll have a look. So Brenda, see, this is where, you know, live videos and not testing beforehand. Brenda's pretty strong on both sides. Roll over. We're going to test your flexibility going outwards. So you're not really, maybe not going to see this too well.
Yeah.
So again, Brenda's pretty mobile on both sides here as well.
I think it's probably.
All right, so same sort of thing.
Do you want to move?
No, same sort of thing. We're going to get Brenda to find the tips of her jaws, like of her jawbone.
Can you do it like that?
Yep. So she's going to find the pointy part on her jawbone here. Oops, sorry. The pointy part of your jawbone. You can see me if I've frozen. And you're just going to start softly, just for about 5 seconds, and then you get a bit firmer, a bit harder. And then you tap. Hello, Wade, enjoying the show. And then you're going to scrape down. Oh, and up, sorry, it's down and up. Bit firmer.
It does feel like you're massaging like a muscle.
Yeah. From here, you're going to go to the back of your head. So where your skull is, just below there, you'll feel the soft part. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go across the back of your, so just the base of your skull, you're going to go softly across the base of your skull. Again, for about 5 seconds. And then you'll get a bit more firm and a bit harder with the rubbing. And then you're going to go the tapping, and then the more like the deeper massage. As weird as this all looks and as weird as this all sounds, I guarantee, give it a go. Test with someone who's got like some imbalances in their glutes, for example, because we saw this with plenty of people today in the expo, in the talk, and it was quite amazing the differences. But Brenda over here doesn't really have a huge imbalance at all. So if you've got someone with some imbalances, I suggest you try this. And there was actually 7 different activation spots: the jaw, the back of the head, the sternum, the serratus, and behind the knee. Is that 7? I'm not too sure.
Quick, my muscles are pulling.
So, same sort of thing. Lift your leg up, foot out. I mean, it's definitely stronger because I almost put my full weight there as well. So again, it's stronger. But as I said, for Brenda, she didn't really have any imbalances. But did you feel stronger?
Yes.
Yeah. So I could feel it being stronger, but she was pretty strong on both sides. We had people who, in the lecture, you know, a little bit of weight, and they just couldn't hold it on one side, but on the other side they were all right. And then you see again, like way wider. So the mobility here, completely different actually. Like even like she was pretty mobile to start with, but far more mobile afterwards. So I suggest you have a look, Perry Nicholson, because it's pretty obscure, but it just definitely appeared to help everybody, and it appeared to do, you know, everybody was amazed by it all. So like I said, it was 7 joints, jaw, back of the head, sternum. Sorry, so that's, you can get down for me in case I forget them. Jaw, back of the head, sternum, serratus, behind the knee.
Hamstring.
No, behind the knee. So I'm obviously that's 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm missing 2. I can't remember them. I'll have to.
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah, I'll have to see. Oh, maybe it was the hand.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to look. Yeah, it could have been the hand and the feet. Maybe they were the other 2. I'll have to go back and look at the notes and the comments and go through it. But test it out. Don't believe me? Yeah. Leave some in the comments. Test it out. The easiest one is the squat mobility, followed by the hamstring test with the jaw work, as well as the stomping in the hands. How many times should we get clients do this? He suggested a couple of times a day. So he said it works either before working out, because one, it will activate muscles like before you do a strength workout, as well as help recovery, and then help improve compensations and stuff like that. So that's a good question. But there was, he just said a couple of times a day, and it'll last for a little while. If there's any other questions while we're here live, it's all right. If there's not, leave them in the comments anyway. I'll do my best to answer it. But best thing is also, look up Perry Nicholson. I'll put his name in the comments as well. But if you've got any questions, let me know, and I'll see if I can answer them. But for sure, test it yourself and let me know how you go. All right, guys, thanks. And I'll probably be going live again tomorrow, hopefully, with the general recap of the whole convention as well, guys. All right, thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.